everyone. Yeah, I look tired. I look how I feel. Yeah, it's Monday. It's Monday after break, and I made it through the day. This is Mr. Dietz. It's been a day. Teacher Notes to Self podcast. And I don't really have much in me to reflect on today. Besides, I'm out of it. I'm just so tired. It's been a long day. And it's very late. And my head's really hurting. That headache all day long. And I can't really look at a screen any longer. So this whole thing happening here, I gotta be done. So that's it. I will see you all next time. All right, bye. All right, hey everyone. I don't know if you can tell, but the sun's going down. This is Dakota Dietz, Mr. Dietz with the Teacher Notes to Self podcast. I have my phone actually turned the right direction this time. Yesterday I just was like so out of it. Now that I'm not out of it today, it's like almost 6 o'clock today, which is a huge bummer. But it's Tuesday and prep has just been crazy. Like I just have not been able to stay on top of it. And I had a meeting with my principal this morning during prep. So like all of my prep time had to be today after class, and I don't have prep tomorrow. So I'm here till 6. That's just how it works. All right. I got to set goals today. I also had a meeting after school for induction with my induction coach. So, meetings. How am I supposed to prep? Like, there was this one video on social media about like if teaching was like a corporate job or something like that. And it just talked about how you've got 7 presentations today, 7 different presentations to different clients. And the only time that you have to prep for it is used up by meetings. And it's the whole thing. Anyways, I feel that deeply. Like it's like this is so hard. But I'm alive, and I feel worn out and tired and stretched thin. But I think it's important work. That's why I'm here. The end of the video was like, the teacher was like, "Oh, this job is too hard. Like, I need a raise." And the person was like, the other person was like, "Actually, we tried asking for money, but they actually just keep giving you more clients." And so then the teacher was like, "Well, this is crazy. I quit." Not that I'm planning on doing that anytime soon. I'm still learning how to do this. But the person ended the video with like, the person said, "Oh, I quit." And then the other person said, "Well, remember your why. Remember your why." And I just did that to myself. Right? I just said, "Oh, but this job's important and it matters, even though I'm completely dead and stretched thin." So, all right, I need to go. But my goal that I set with my induction coach, which was also with my principal this morning, I'm kind of like bringing those goals together, is about utilizing classroom time, and something that I want to fit in there in utilizing classroom time effectively with classroom procedures, openings, closings, things like that, is to how to navigate differentiating student needs And in particular, like the emotional ones, like when there are fights or when there's bullying or when there's whatever, like tensions. How do I do that effectively without losing classroom time, or without like using the time purposefully that I have? So when things like that come up, as they eventually do, how do I not derail the class, but how do I address it intentionally, purposefully, and think of my classroom time not just in terms of content delivery, but community building? That's kind of overarching goal, I think, for the year. It's a big one, but I think if I can nail that, then my teaching skill, my ability to be present with my students and to help them learn in a way that is inclusive and effective for all students, then I'll have used my time well. So that's my goal. I'm glad I was able to get that out. I need to leave now and go home. So thank you all for being here again. And this has been the Teacher Notes to Self podcast. And I will see you again tomorrow. We'll try again. All right. Bye. Hello, everyone. It's Wednesday, and I'm actually already home. I drove first, and now I'm taking the video. Whatever. Just happened that way today. So I'm going to make this quick so I can head up to my home and be done for the day. So I'm going to check out here. I had a good day. Felt so off and out of it at the start of the day because I didn't really have much prep time yesterday. Like I said, I was up really late, or I was at school really late finishing prep for today. And so today was like kind of a whirlwind. And then tomorrow I have a little bit more prep time to get ready for Friday. So that's how we're doing. I figured out something today. I was talking with my coach. We just had a meeting yesterday, but that's partly why I didn't have prep time yesterday and I had to be there so late, is because I had a meeting in the morning during my prep period, debriefing my observation, and then I had a meeting afterwards. So just somehow I have to balance prep for classes. So that's prep outside of class time for class time when I'm not in class, right? Then I need to use class time well. So those are two goals, like prepping, make sure I'm ready for class. And then during class, what are the procedures, routines, learning activities that will best make use of time for all students? And then my third thing is assessments outside of class, right? So grading things so that I can give students feedback, so that they know where they're at and also what they need to go forward, right? So those three things, I feel like the main things I really need to work on. And I think feedback is something I'm really, really struggling to do well, right? I've already mentioned that here on this podcast with grading, right? With like, when am I going to find time to grade? And I can barely like keep my head above water prepping, much less grading, right? So grading's on the back end of it, but it gives students feedback so that they can keep on going. But right now I'm like, I can't even have enough time to prep for class before it happens. So I'm really, really struggling and missing that feedback piece. I think that's going to actually help a lot with students who are unmotivated. I think some students won't care at all about their grade or about how they are doing or what they need to learn, right? Their mind is elsewhere. They're kind of checked out generally. But if like students want to graduate, right? If students are motivated to get good grades, some of them really are. And some of them are like just wanting to skate by. They are fine with a C. So if they are doing well already, or if they have a C or a B, they're like, oh, I don't really care. It doesn't motivate them well. And so I can like strain all I want to like set up good classes, to prepare for them, to create learning activities. But if they're already like not motivated because they think they're doing fine already, even though maybe some of them aren't, they don't know that until I tell them, until I give them feedback. So I need to really work on that feedback piece, finding time to do it. I just don't know when. Like, I can barely prep. So it honestly, it might have to happen on the weekends. Like, I have littles, I have a family, I have a life outside of school and work. And I'm already staying past contract time, like by staying 5:30 plus, like that's past what I'm getting paid for. Like, I'm getting paid contractually from 7:45 till 3:45. Those 7 hours. Obviously you've seen on this podcast, and generally, like, I'm always there past that time, sometimes well past it, right? So I'm already working more than normally, but I probably still need to work more, like on the weekends or evenings. Like, I don't have the energy in the evenings. I don't know. So there's that. Happy Wednesday. All right, I gotta go. Thanks all for hanging out, for being here. I appreciate it. I really do. This helps me kind of like figure some things out and express some things. And I don't know what I'm going to do with these. If I keep going for the whole year, like, I'll have a whole year of little snippets of how I've progressed and what I've been focusing on. So if nothing else, the process of doing it has been helpful. So thank you. I gotta go. See you all next time. We'll try again. All right, bye. Hey there. It is Thursday. This is Mr. Dietz with the Teacher Notes to Self podcast. And the sun is going down. It's actually really nice in this spot. Nice and cozy. Had a good day today. Did some dissections of owl pellets, which are the regurgitated bones and fur that an owl can't digest. It clumps them together in its gizzard and then regurgitates them back out, right? Spits them out. And they were just all so disgusted. And it was great. It was fun. I think it was more fun for some students than others, which is kind of to be expected. But also, it's so tough because I really want to do these kinds of hands-on activities, but when there are 36 students in a class and I can barely speak because they're all loud and excited, and it's great that they're excited and I want them to be excited about science, but like a lot of times they're just chatting, right? And some of them didn't even touch the thing, and so it's just like, how do I help students who are not really that engaged? Like, how do I help them like see that this is so cool, like this is so exciting that they get to do this, like this is a real owl pellet that scientists actually study to study ecology. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I think it was great overall. I think I'm wondering, like, if I have, and goes along with the questions that I already have mentioned and the goals that I've set for the year. But like, I feel like my classroom rhythms and procedures need some work, need some help, because it shouldn't be so hard to get students excited about doing something gross. Like, it's just doing something gross, and it's fun, and it's not just sitting there with a piece of paper in front of you, right? It's yeah. I don't know. I think that feels like there's something I need to tweak, or probably all kinds of things I need to tweak about my teaching practices that help everyone be more engaged. And part of that feels like, instead of trying to yell over all of them talking quieter and expecting them to listen. But I don't know how to get my little squirrely freshman to get there. So who knows? But I am planning on having like a heart-to-heart kind of talk with each of my classes, which is an idea that came up during my conversation with my principal after the observation, after the debrief this week. Just like a reinforcement of, like, I'm here for you. Like, I exist because I care about you and I want you to succeed. I want you to graduate, but more than that, like, I want you to become all that you can be. And I want you to learn chemistry or biology as a way to help you do that. And if that just means getting good enough grades to graduate, fine. Like, that, make that your goal. And I want to support you in that. And I just don't feel like there's that kind of like understanding, or that mutual, like, let's do this together. The like piece of it is like, I'm working way harder than the students are. And so I need to figure out how to shift that so that the students are motivated and engaged to be working for themselves, for their own growth, for their own goals, for their own life. But there's so much else going on that it feels like they don't care. Not all of them, obviously not all of them, but the ones that I care about all of them deeply. I just want to help them and be there for them. And it's got to be a two-way street, and I'm trying to help facilitate that. I have to figure out how to do that. So, that's where I'm at. All right, I gotta go home. But it's, this is good. This is a good reflective practice for me. So I'm glad that you're all here. And not sure what I'm going to do this week about uploading. I was planning on taking a break uploading this week because I didn't have any videos last week during my fall break. So I'm thinking now, though, since I've been uploading during the weekend anyways, that I might just start uploading week of, instead of having a week delay. I can upload on Saturday or Sunday. I'm not going to keep too strict about that, but if I take some time on the weekend to do it, that's fine with me. I think I'm gonna do it that way. So you might be getting this the weekend after this week happened, which would be a lot actually closer and more immediate feedback than before, which actually could help with some interaction. Like if you all want to make comments or like suggestions or maybe just like encouragements that I'm not crazy, this could be more of a dialogue, and that would be awesome. Like I would love to know why you're here and kind of who's along on this journey with me. So that'd be great. All right. I've got one more video tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. Hallelujah. All right. I will see you all then. See you next time. All right. And we will try again. Bye. Hello, everyone. This is Mr. Dietz with the Teacher Notes to Self podcast, and it is Friday. Whew. Man, it's been a week. But it's been good. And feel like I made a lot of headway in terms of like goals and kind of like looking forward at how I want to grow this year. Both here in this like space where I'm talking to myself, talking to you on this podcast, but also just in the classroom and with other teachers and with the principal, and just like working on kind of analyzing and then specifying what it is I actually need to work on and can work on, and what would be the most helpful to work on. I did that kind of heart-to-heart message, quick little, call it a message from my heart, for the chemistry classes today. And I think that went all right. I like had this whole thing I was gonna say, and I don't know if I said all of it, but I hope that I was able to communicate my heart. That was the goal. And so I hope they heard that I care for them, that I'm here for them, and that I can only help them while they're in class. And so I'm just asking that they show up and meet me halfway. So that's kind of what I talked about. Anyways, just felt like it needed to happen. And it was a good idea. I don't know how much it helped. A lot of them seem to not care. Actually, it's not true. The first class I did it with seemed to really like appreciate it and resonate with it and like feel it. The second class, which is the class that I have the hardest time with. They asked me today if they were my hardest class, or the other day or something like that. I'm like, no. Every class has its own stuff, right? Every combination of students, there's a different dynamic, and you just need to respond to it in a different way. And I'm working out the best way to grow as a teacher in that class. And so I tried sharing my heart with them. Some of them, I think, heard it. I think most of them just are pretty ambivalent about school. And so hearing a teacher tell them that I care about them, I don't know if they cared, but I tried. And hopefully, as I continue to care for them in the ways that I'm teaching, that they'll see that. That's my hope. Mostly for them, like for them to to become the kind of person who wants to learn and also like succeed and like do their best, be their best self for others. That's really like what we're all going toward, is like, how can we become our best selves so that we can do the most good for other people? And I don't think you really think about that until later on, and you have someone that you love and you want to care for them and you want to start a family with them, and then you have children, and then you want to love them and you want to provide for them and you want to like be a good role model and an example. And it's impossible to communicate that to teenagers. Like I was a teenager. I was not gonna be able to hear that. Although when I did start thinking about it, I was 18, and it changed my life. Like realizing, oh, like the kind of person I'm gonna become is gonna impact how I'm gonna be as a dad or as a husband. And I realized I need to change. I need something different. And that was a big turning point in my life when I was 18. And my life has never been the same, right? And not that like every single person is going to get there. And a lot of these kids are 14, 15, 16. So not that that won't happen for any of them, but it's just, a conundrum that I'm continuing to work on. So that's it. That's where I'm at. Working on some goals. I think my specific goal for next week is that assessment piece I think I was talking about earlier, where like feedback is really important in like giving students an update on how they're doing and if they need to be doing something different. And if I'm not doing that, then they won't know to change their actions, right? So feedback's really important. So I want to work on getting stuff back to them in whatever little snippets I can do. So that means planning needs to be condensed, and then grading time needs to be fit in when I haven't really been able to do that. So I'm going to try that next week. I did a little bit of it this week, so I'll work on it again for next week. All right. This has been the Teacher Notes to Self podcast. I'm hoping to post it this weekend. Celebrating my anniversary on Sunday, so I will not be posting it on Sunday. This is a promise. I will not be posting it this Sunday. But I am coaching lacrosse. We're doing a little bit of lacrosse tomorrow here. So maybe I'll have it uploading in my classroom while I'm coaching. So that's the plan. Thank you all for being here, for helping me process. And I would love for this to be a two-way street. You can comment any kind of observations you have of ways I've been thinking, or maybe ways it seems like you've noticed I've changed, or anything like that. Like that would be great to get feedback from you, for me, for this podcast and for my journey, right? So this would be more of like a journey together. So thank you for journeying with me through this kind of process as I grow as a teacher and try to be the best I can, at least as I am currently, right? I'm going to continue to grow as the years go by, but today, am I moving forward? Like, am I moving toward growth? And I think I am, thanks to you all, and thanks to my support systems and family, friends. Appreciate you all. All right. Well, we will try again next time, and I'll see you all then. All right. Have a good weekend. Bye.